Hello, you fabulous Fujoshi and you fantastic Fudanshi, and for the rest of you, behave yourselves. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another one of our weekly Heroines Run the Show discussion videos. Today I am joined, as always, by the star-tacular Stella Luna.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, and today we are going to be talking about, we already watched it. We're going to be talking about episode 5 of Heroines Run the Show, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I have feelings on this Nagisa boy. I was excited for him last week because I was like, ooh, interesting. But now I am the nervous boy. Also, hang on. I got the episode number wrong in the video. I said it was 5. It's actually 6.
It is 6.
Yeah, it's episode 6. Let me change it. But yeah, it's I don't know how to feel about this lad now.
About Nagisa?
Yeah. I was excited for him. Now I'm like, I don't know. Like
that
look he gave the boys makes me like, I don't know about that.
I love that you always skip to the ending instead of just like talking about the episode in chronological order.
Well, because not everybody. Well, because the thing is, like, these videos aren't. They're not recaps. You know, we're not meant to go over every little thing. Just talk about the things that we enjoyed the most. And for me, I want to talk about the ending because the ending's always the cliffhanger part.
Okay, yeah. But the thing is like people want to know your thoughts on it, and that's why you keep it to the end and make everybody listen to the end. Or
I got other thoughts.
Whatever you want to do.
I got other thoughts. I have other things.
They're not as important as the end, the cliffhanger.
Fine.
Your thoughts don't matter. I mean, they do matter.
Rude. Fine. What do you want to talk about?
All right. Let's talk about how. They had the whole painting session and the photo shoot, and they go to take a shower, and you know.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's a good.
Aizo's like Yujiro, like, give me the shampoo, and there's no shampoo, and he's like, hey, I need shampoo. Anybody out there? And Hiyori decides to come on in. While they're bare naked, taking a shower. Mind you, the only thing that's covering them is essentially the door, which is like, waist high.
Well, and they both darted to the back corner, so I'm like, at this point, like, you should have, like, gone all the way up to the door, to be like, Hiyori, right? Like, just, like, gone all the way up to the door.
Yeah,
like,
because now you expose your buttocks to her.
Yeah, now she sees even more because you went to the wrong side. Right, I was like, dudes, just run up to the door and be like, Hiyori, get the hell out of here.
I love that. I loved how Hiyori just walked in and she just was not phased at all.
Completely unfazed, right?
Because
for Hiyori, she's like, it's what I appreciate about that is Hiyori just doesn't see it as like a sexual thing, right? Like, she's like, I'm your manager. I'm just bringing, like, she's not embarrassed, right? She just sees it as like, I'm your manager. You need a shampoo. Here you go. Right? Like, she just don't give a shit.
Yeah. She just don't care. She does not care. And that's what that scene literally was so freaking funny.
I thought that was very funny. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a scene like that in anime where just like the girl just did not give a shit. Like, she gave no shits.
To me, it's just like, well, cause, like, to me as like an older dude, I'm like, this is like a co-ed bathroom all of a sudden. Right? Like, where it's just like, can you pass me the shampoo? Yeah, I got you, fam. Right? Like, but to the boys, they're like, this is the men's fucking change rooms. What are you doing in here?
What are you doing? She's like, there's no one else in here.
It's just you two.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's just you two.
It must have been almost insulting. Because, like, it's just you two. And they're like, do you have any idea how many people would be losing their mind right now? Like,
yeah, to be in your shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
To walk in on us.
Yeah.
Looking like this.
Yeah, like you could like that must have hurt the ego a bit. That Hiyori's like, anyway, bye. Right, just like whatever.
Yeah, that was so funny though. We did see Aizo react a little bit more than Yujiro that did. Though
Aizo definitely reacted more like freaked out than Yujiro.
Yeah.
Well, Yujiro was more sort of like annoyed. He's like, dude.
The thing about Yujiro though is that he comes from a family, right? Of what are they called?
Kabuki.
Kabuki,
mimes,
Kabuki
actors,
right? Yeah. And so like being in like the performing arts and stuff like that, I feel like he might be like more used to it. Like I mean, I obviously don't know how like they get ready and stuff, but in theater in general, you just don't have a concept of space or boundaries sometimes.
like in as a theater kid, like like people just kind of get changed wherever they can,
Yes.
like there's change rooms, like my school had like change rooms, but like for the most part they weren't like men's and women's change rooms, they were just change rooms, and we had so many kids that it's like, all right, just pile in wherever you can, right?
Yep.
Like, and it wasn't like a weird like, oh, we're changing in front of it, like nobody cared, right?
No,
So like
because
to Yujiro, he was probably just like, oh, gotta cover the bits, Like,
yeah, I gotta cover the bits, even though she's gonna see my booty, but that's okay.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah.
But yeah, that scene was so funny. It was so hilarious.
It
Then,
was.
We're introduced to like they get tickets to the TF4, right?
Who I believe two of the members we have met, unless I'm
Or
mistaken.
FT4. FT4. Yes,
FT4?
we have.
Yeah.
They were the ones that they had like the radio show with. Like
they were like the really
ago.
cool design characters, like
yeah, who like knew how to be idols, and
they were kind of unimpressed by Lip Lip, if I remember right. They were like,
they were.
Yeah,
they were like, well, they were also the ones that helped pick them out too.
Yeah, they were like, but they kind of they felt like they. It felt. I remember, like, if I'm remembering right, they kind of felt like they had a little bit of a ways to go yet.
Well,
right?
they were unimpressed because they weren't like necessarily unimpressed. They were just like, stop faking it.
That's what it was. You're faking it. Stop faking it.
Stop faking it.
Yeah,
right?
Just be. Yeah. Just be idols.
And so they're going to their concert, and Hiyori's like, yeah, I've got tickets too. And I'm like, you got tickets? I didn't know you were a fan. And she's like, well, I'm not, but my friend Nagisa is, right? And it's so funny because we spend this entire episode having this like transformation for Hiyori. Hiyori like caring about her like kind of her looks. Like we kind of learn she's a little self-conscious, like conscious about herself. And we spend this entire episode knowing that Nagisa is a boy. But I did not realize that the boys thought Nagisa was a girl.
Because because for context, right? When like we saw Nagisa last week, he said his name was Nagisa. We even made the joke last week that it was Nagisa from Free, right? Yeah. Problem. So that makes two Nagisas that we know, and neither of us really thought of like any female versions of Nagisa from like other shows. So we just assumed Nagisa as like a boy's name, but the thing is, in Japan, that's very much a woman's name. Right? Yes. So the boys just assumed that this Nagisa person, it'd be like if you had a friend, like I'm trying to think of like a traditionally feminine name that could also be a boy's name.
Haruka.
Haruka, yeah, like, well, I was like Haruka.
Makoto.
Well, any of the Free Boys,
right.
Yeah, but like I wasn't thinking of a Japanese name. I meant like an English name.
Oh, like I'm trying to think. Jordan. One.
Like so Jordan, like Jordan is kind of like this gender neutral name where
like
it's understandable that
Mary.
Mary is definitely one where like the boys could think like it's a girl, and then they see that it's a guy and they're like, oh, it's a dude, right? Like it's like Aaron's a good one. Yeah, it's like right? Because now everyone of course thinks of Eren Yeager.
Look, you have Aaron like in the feminine way, and then Aaron like AA Ron.
AA Ron.
AA Ron.
Is there an AA Ron here?
100%.
But yeah, like it's definitely, definitely like the boys. It's a funny moment later that they play off because they're like, it's a dude, right? But like, like they hype up this Nagisa reveal for the boys, right? Because again, the boys don't know. I'm surprised that at no point that was brought up. But again, I'm gonna be honest, Hiyori, because I've made it clear that I definitely like my ship of the show is the boys. I think the boys are definitely like my ship of the show, right?
Yeah.
And I do think that the Trinity are like incredibly tight. Like those are three really good friends, or at the very least will become very good friends. Right? Yes. Like those three, like they'll be best friends, those like the main trio by the end. But I don't like it makes me laugh when Hiyori catches like feelings for one of the boys, but I don't really see it myself.
Or
right?
like gets flustered.
Gets flustered.
Well,
It's more of just they're
to be,
very pretty dudes, you know? Like,
yeah, I was about to say, to be fair, I mean, they are just like really pretty dudes, right?
exactly. Yeah,
Like,
so it's that, right? Like, to me, I would sooner see her, like, I would sooner imagine her getting together with Nagisa, right? Nagisa, or like Juri, or the new girl, Narumi, which I was like, don't think it, because it's like, man, they're just, I like you, out of nowhere, right? And I'm like, I understand that they mean like, I think you're pretty cool, but that's not what was said, you know? With
yeah.
Narumi, like the not Narumi the pop, not Narumi the pop star slash like actress now, because I guess she was in a show. From not the girl from Romeo that the boys are talking about earlier, but it's clearly like her sister or cousin or something, because she's also named Narumi. It's confusing.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me that's my ship, right? Like, is like, I think the boys are great.
They are great.
They
are, and they're getting like, they get along a lot better than they used to.
They do. They're still definitely butting heads, but it's part of the thing that I think just makes them fun, right? Is that they don't crazy get along.
They're now butting heads in like the fun way, instead of like back then being like, wow, they're such assholes.
Yeah, they're real jerks.
Them.
Yeah, exactly, to each other and everyone around them. They really don't like each other. But yeah, like, now they're definitely like a lot closer than they were, and a huge part of that, I think, is just Hiyori being Hiyori, right?
Yeah.
But the thing I was gonna say is, I don't know about you, but like, because at first I was like, it's weird to me that Hiyori wouldn't mention that Nagisa's a boy, but the reason why at least I didn't is because maybe it's just my ace side, but I was like, is Hiyori? I don't think Hiyori cares or thinks much about that kind of thing. Like, I don't think she's ace per se or aromantic or anything, but like, I just don't think she cares or thinks much about that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, she didn't really even think much about her appearance.
Yeah.
Right?
Like she does say at one point during the episode, like, I want to find my own love one day, or like my own partner one day, or something. She says something akin to that when she's like,
her own prince.
Yeah, she wants to find her own prince one day. So it's like, okay, so Hiyori, first of all, Hiyori absolutely confirmed straight. So no Juri ship. She could be bi, but like, she's definitely like, has those thoughts. Like, she wants to find a prince one day, right? But I don't think it's even remotely for the boys. Like, I don't think, at least not to me. I genuinely think that the show's kind of pushing Nagisa. Like, what do you think?
I can agree with that. Yeah, they're definitely like, it seems like they're pushing Nagisa a little bit more.
Yeah,
because you know, she started to think about like dressing up and like, you know, thinking like, oh, what's Nagisa gonna think and stuff like that, right? And now we know that Nagisa had said it like back when she was little and she wore a pretty dress, that he said it looked weird on her.
Yeah,
right?
I was like, douche. Like, but I do think. My guess is that it's a misunderstanding.
I think this is what I think, is that Nagisa, like, even though we haven't had much of him, besides like this like little bits here and there, I think Nagisa likes Hiyori. And I think
he's into her.
I think as a kid, like, he was embarrassed that he thought she looked cute in that dress. So he said she looked weird.
That could be it. That he was just shy, or like, you know, boys definitely tease girls when they like them, which is just, you know,
and not in the asshole way. Like,
no, they just say
this would be a way of like a boy like getting embarrassed and like he likes her, and so he's just like, that looks weird on you, even though he totally thinks it looks good on, you know, like, he really likes how she looks, right?
Exactly, right? It's a very like grade school thing to do. Yeah, like, they looked super, like she looked really young, so they would have been like literally like kids, right?
Yeah.
The thing that I think happened, because I can absolutely see that. The thing I think happened is that he said like, that looks like, you look weird in that. Yeah. He meant like, he probably felt bad about it as he got older, if he even remembers at all.
I was about to say if he remembers.
Yeah, but like the thing that I think he meant is like that doesn't suit you.
Yeah.
You know, like not that you look weird as in like that dress looks dumb on you, but just like he probably sees Hiyori as this like really sporty type person, right? So like this more like sort of like tomboy type of personality, right? So like he was probably like surprised by that, right? Like that probably caught him off guard. And that might have been why he said it, because he's just a kid, right? So he doesn't understand that that's like really rude.
Yeah.
That's my guess. Because again, like I did say, I was like, I don't know about this Nagisa. You know, I don't know about this Nagisa guy, right? But that's because I'm defensive of Hiyori, right? So
yeah,
like, but I do think ultimately, like Nagisa, like the only thing about Nagisa that bothers me really is I did think like that comment was shitty, but like they were kids, right?
They were kids, yeah.
And the phone call that he gives to her at the end of last week is super sweet, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like I don't think he's a jerk based off what we've seen, but I do think the last shot of the episode where he like glares at the boys is like interesting, right? Because when they go like he's a boy and they're both shocked, and he just kind of like glares. He looks at them and then glares, and I'm like, huh.
Well, it could be either he's glaring because he's just like, what are you doing with these two boys?
Yeah.
And because he likes her. Or B, it could be,
he knows
what
Lip
are you
Lip.
I was about to say, what are you doing with Lip Lip?
Yeah.
Right? Like that would be because if he likes FT4,
yeah,
right, then he probably knows who Lip Lip is.
Yeah, if he's a fan of theirs, it's likely that he'll know like their sort of like protege type characters, right? So like to me it's one of the two. Either he knows them or he's like annoyed that there's just these two dudes, right? Well, because to him, right, it's like Hiyori left to go to Tokyo, and he's this big, like he might have this big crush on her. Next time he sees her in Tokyo, she looks totally different, and she's with these two random dudes. Might make him kind of feel like jealous, maybe, right? Like, I think either way he is jealous. I think jealousy is going to play a part next week, no matter what. I hope not, because like it'd be cool if Hiyori was just like a nice guy and didn't get jealous. But like, hard not to be jealous in that situation. I would be totally understanding in that case.
Yeah. I just like it. Like I can definitely see, you know, him like showing up and being like, why does she look different? Why is she with these two dudes? But speaking of her looking different, she looks so fucking cute.
She looks adorable.
Oh my god, I loved how cute she was. She was so cute.
She was so cute. Like I was like, yes, this transformation though. When it comes because she has that conversation with Narumi, right? Like the other Narumi. Who, by the way, Hiyori to the rescue, saved her from that creepy guy.
It's true.
Saved her from my YouTube comment section. No, I'm kidding. That was... She saved her from my YouTube comment section when I talk about shonen series. But yeah,
yes,
it was...
Not you guys.
Not you guys. You guys are great. But yeah, it was... Yeah, like that scene where like the two of them talk about how... Like, Narumi says, like, you can be a heroine, too, right? And they even say, like, heroines are the ones who are in charge of the show. And I'm like, you came so close to a title drop just there. Right?
Yeah.
Heroines run the show. Yeah, so, like, it also goes a long way to explain Hiyori and, like, her mindset at this point in the show, where she is, like, more comfortable being around Lip Lip and being the manager in training, and she wants to stick around. We saw that last week. But... Now it's this situation where she does like the gang and she wants to stay with Lip Lip and the team and everybody, but she feels sort of like inadequate almost. Like she feels like she's a background, she's sort of a bit character, and the boys very much don't agree with that. Right? Mm-hmm. They're like, no, you could be a heroine too. Right?
I am loving the trio's dynamic. Like every week that goes by, it's like, while I know you ship the two of them together, you ship Yujiro and Aizo together, I ship all three of them. It's an OT3.
OT3 is perfectly fine too.
like I ship them all together because I like their dynamics are just so good. And like when they take her shopping and like they're like, you know, Yujiro's like, you should try this one on, and Aizo's like, no, you try this one on, and they have like like their own colors.
It's their
like,
respective colors. Yeah.
Their respective colors. And I'm like, that is so cute. Like it's just so, and they try to pay for her outfit for her.
Yeah.
Right?
I love when she's just like, no, and slams her own money down.
I mean, I'm no Hiyori. I would have just been like, okay, yeah, you can pay for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
right?
Hiyori being like, no, me.
Got a new,
I liked that.
Haircut, you know, like she really cleans up really nicely. Like she's so cute. I mean, she was cute before, but like she was so cute.
She looks like this is where I like this look for Hiyori is probably the look I would expect her to have as an adult, right? Where like this is her like, and when I say like as an adult, I mean like I feel like the show is gonna end with Hiyori actually not going into like doing track still, but like going into idol management as like her career. Like I can see that being like where the show is going. And at that point, like this kind of look would probably be about what she looks like. She'd end up looking a lot like the studio head. I can't. Or is she a producer? I don't remember. The lady who wears like this sort of like that pantsuit. I can't think of what her title is, but she's cool. Like she's like the actual one in charge. I could see Hiyori being like that when she's older, you know. And so seeing this sort of more mature look and like this more Tokyo look. Right? Because she definitely looks more like a city girl by the end of the episode than she does like before, where she's still kind of showing that she's not from Tokyo. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she's sort of more, you could tell she's more like tomboyish, rough and tumble, right?
Yeah.
And both versions of Hiyori are cute, right? But I was surprised by how much she cleaned up by the end. I was like, whoa, like she looks way different, like super cute. And I do think that it's surprised. Yujiro did a great job. Yeah. I feel bad because Aizo didn't get to do a lot. It was mostly Yujiro. Aizo, I love the scene where Aizo's just like, get her, right? He like gets her in a full Nelson. He's like, you got this. Right? She's like, wait, no. Like during the makeup scene, I thought that was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a, I really liked that whole, everything about this week was just really wholesome. Except for the ending, which has me concerned, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, drama, let's go!
Drama, yay!
Yay! Drama! Yeah, this episode was just great. I enjoyed every, like, moment of it. I've been enjoying every moment of, I mean, to be honest, I've been enjoying every moment of, like, every episode. Like,
it's been great, yeah.
Like, this is so funny, because everybody's like, your boy Kong Ming is the underrated anime of the season. No.
Heroines Run the Show. Yeah.
Is absolutely the anime that is the most underrated. Because now everybody's like paying attention to your boy Kong Ming.
Rightfully earned as well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is earned, right? But like,
people still sleep on Heroines Run the Show, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I did see a TikTok about somebody talking about it.
Hey!
And it had quite a few like views and stuff on it, and people were talking about it, and they're like, oh, I didn't know this was a show this season. Or like, someone's like, yes, someone else finally talking about it because nobody else has been talking about it. And then we sit here like, yes, we've been talking about it. I mean, only for like 3 episodes, but we're talking about it.
We're here. Yeah.
We're here now.
Yeah.
Yeah. This show's great.
Honestly, it's a shame that like not a lot of people are talking about it because I really dig it. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything else?
No, I think that's it, man.
Well then. In that case, outro. And that's going to do it for today's discussion, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for listening. As always, I want to give a big thank you to the lovely people who help support us over on Patreon. And if you too would like to have your name scrolling past the screen, then be sure to check out that Patreon link in the description. And of course, a big thank you has to go to Asaki VT, Elizabeth Just Elizabeth, JCran23, Jeremy P, Matt87 Eagle, Shadow Creative, Shiorins, Stephen G, Stevie W, Trap Master, Trevor W, and Tristan G. Thank you all so much for your continued support. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. Check me out over on Twitch, on Twitter, all the fun stuff. Links to everything are in the first link in the description. Thank you so much for watching / listening, and I will see you in the next one.